What's up, guys? Crypto Fud. Let's jump right into this one. All right, so Dogelon Mars. Let's see what we're looking at here. So just to update, looks like everything is, we're everything in the market right now is having a good pump. I think we're about to see a slow, maybe a cool off because everything has jumped up like crazy in the last day. We were getting close to those local highs. We did hit around 4.4. The local high that was made. Looks like it was a little over a week ago, 2 weeks ago, about in between, was around 4.5, and it looks like I said, we hit around 4.4, maybe right under 4.4. So we're kind of in that range right now where it looks like it wants to maybe get a little bit higher, but as we speak, Bitcoin is having a little cool off. We did peak with Bitcoin at around 24,700 ish, about 24,600 around there. And currently we're sitting at around 24,500. So Bitcoin is having a little cool off because it ran like crazy yesterday, and so did everything else with it. Dogelon Mars was definitely with that pack. So if you can see, we bounced off that 618 perfectly at the 3.5. And like I said on my previous Dogelon Mars video, we were forming this beautiful W pattern. I think when I made the last video, it was somewhere we were sitting in this range at the 3.9. And I was like, man, this looks beautiful as a W pattern. A lot of times when you see these W patterns form, they will have a upward momentum move to it. Sometimes it's short lived, and sometimes it's a nice pump. Right here, we saw a beautiful pump up here. And I think what this just goes to show you guys is, if you guys are holding on, especially to this project right here, have patience. I think patience is going to pay off for all of us. Don't get psyched out, if we do drop down and we hit these numbers down here, like where the 618 is, because I think we're just setting up for this year to see some good movement. So that's pretty much, I just want to give you guys momentum. This project is looks good. Like I've said before, I'm not going to get all into the rant, but the community behind this particular project is so strong, and I see all you guys need is a few other things, like a nice run in the market, and this will see some all-time highs. I think if we, and I say we as like a whole crypto community, like Bitcoin gets to 30 grand, I think that we're going to see some nice, beautiful movement with this particular project, and we're going to be looking at local or even all-time highs. So with that being said, if we can break through this 4-5 mark, where you can even see, and I pointed this out last time, this is where we've had major resistance before. So this is going to be a big spot for us to get past the 4-5 mark. If we are able to get past that, our next level is going to be that 236 fib line at around 4.7. If we can get to that 4.7, I think we might have a cool off period, maybe bounce back down to the 4.5, and maybe we'll see some support there. Buyers will come in. Next spot that we're talking about is going to be the 5 mark. That's going to be, like I said before, big spot of resistance. Whenever we hit that local high and we drop back down to that point 0.5, we shot right back up, but this was a spot where we got stuck at around that 5 mark. That's going to be your major resistance. So what are we looking for? Again, we're looking at that the 236 line at around 4.7. We hit that 4.7, we might retrace, find some support somewhere around the 4.5 mark, and that could get us to get the buyers to jump in, and maybe shoot us back up and get past that local high and get to about 5. 5 will be the mark where I feel like we're going to have some major resistance. Maybe we could fly right through and get to this next local high, which would be about 5.5. But to keep it realistic, for us to get to the 5.5 mark, you're talking another 25%. This is going to happen, but we're talking the market, everything's got to be going together here, so we got to look at the whole market as a whole. I think when we get to these marks right here, Bitcoin at least needs to be hitting some new local highs, maybe $25,000 to $26,000 is the mark that you're going to be looking for Bitcoin for us to see a local high of anything past 5 for Dogelon. If we are going to retrace, if we're going to see a cool off period, which could very well happen, you're probably looking at somewhere bouncing. We'll start with the zero point 0.5 because that looks like that would be some good support. I mean, given where we're at right now, if it was to have a cool off period, you're talking somewhere around 10%. That seems legit, like a 10% drop for a cool off period. If we do break that, always remember you have that 618 to fall on, which is that 3.5 mark. So if you're sitting on the sidelines or if you're just adding to your bag, you guys, I see you guys over there with them billions. Who's got the trillies though? Who's sitting with the $1 trillion bags? That's what I want to see. Leave a comment. You don't have to give us any of your information, but just shout out, put a one if you have a trillion in the comments because I want to see that. I'm sure there's some of you whales out there. But to get back, that 3.5 mark might be your spot where you can, maybe if you're sitting on the sidelines and you haven't jumped in on the project, or if you want to add to your bag, that would be the spot right there at the 618, the 3.5. It looks like we've had major support there. And that right there would be a big drop from where we're at right now. That would be around 18%. So this right here, this scenario of us dropping down to the 618 would probably be if the market is, cooling off big time. Bitcoin's maybe retracing back down to like 22, 21,000. That would be when we were hitting this 618 at 3.5. Again, remember, we're going to see some local all-time highs, but that's not going to be until most likely the market is doing another big rally. And we're talking, all-time local all-time highs for Bitcoin anywhere past 25,000. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't already, I know I say this all the time, but I'm just telling everybody, for all my viewers, make sure you guys are subscribing to my channel so you guys can make sure you're getting these instant alerts whenever I'm dropping these videos. Crypto market moves fast. You don't want to be left in the dust, right? Thank you guys so much.